welcome to another Tri-tutors video. In today's video, we're going to be analyzing Act 4 of Shakespeare's Hamlet. We're just going to be looking at some main plot points. We're not going to go through it in too much detail, but just those main key points that tend to come up in contextual questions and that are really important to know in terms of the general sequence of events in the play. Act 4, Scene 1. In this scene, Gertrude tells Claudius about how Hamlet killed Polonius and how she thinks he's really gone mad. Claudius reassures her that Hamlet will be sent away. Claudius then sends Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to fetch Polonius's body to try and figure out from Hamlet where he has put the body. Scene 2, Hamlet has hidden Polonius's body and he refuses to outrightly say where he's put the body. He speaks in riddles and codes with Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, much to their frustration. Scene 3, Claudius consults advisors to determine the threat of Hamlet. Hamlet refuses to outrightly tell Claudius where Polonius's body is. Claudius orders Hamlet to be sent away for his safety, apparently, but it is revealed that he has actually sent a letter to the King of England for Hamlet to be executed, just as Hamlet had anticipated. Scene 4, Fortinbras' army have now arrived in Denmark, as an agreement has been struck up for them to be allowed to pass through Denmark to capture a small piece of Polish land, and Hamlet considers how some men act without thinking adequately, which is quite an interesting thought that he has, because he is guilty of the opposite, right? He is guilty of thinking too much and not acting swiftly. Scene 5, we see that madness has overcome Ophelia. She sings while she's conversing with Gertrude, and to Gertrude it seems like a tale that doesn't make sense. Ophelia's madness is seemingly derived from Hamlet's treatment of her, the fact he's been sent away, but also her father's brutal death. Laertes then arrives. Remember, Laertes is Polonius' son, Ophelia's brother, and he comes in really angry at Claudius because he thinks that Claudius is responsible for his father's death, and he seeks to avenge his father. And at this point in the story, we get a really interesting, reflective storyline. It mirrors Hamlet's own storyline of him trying to avenge his father, and now we're going to see Laertes embark on the very same mission of trying to avenge his father. Initially, he's targeting Claudius, but later we're going to see he's going to target Hamlet in his way, just like Hamlet targeted Claudius in trying to avenge his father. So we have this sort of mirroring going on, which is really interesting. And we also have this introduction of this theme of like father-son relationships, because we have Laertes and Polonius, then we have Hamlet and King Hamlet, and then we can also have, in a way, Hamlet and King Claudius, because Claudius claims to be his father now that he's married his mother. Claudius says that he is not Polonius' killer and that he and Laertes should work together to avenge his death, so he's very quick to pass off the blame onto Hamlet. He does not want to question Laertes to question him. He wants to be on Laertes' side. He wants also the people of Denmark to be on his side so that he can continue to rule them. Remember as well, one of the reasons why Claudius sends Hamlet away, why he claims that he's dangerous, is he's dangerous to his own position of power, because the people of Denmark like Hamlet, and he is obviously also the rightful king, and so he's worried that Hamlet gets an inkling of this, and Hamlet also figures out that he did kill King Hamlet, and so that's one of the reasons why he sends him away. In scene 6, Horatio receives a letter from Hamlet that the ship that he was on was raided by pirates, and after striking up a deal with the pirates, he is set to return to Denmark. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, though, are still en route to England. And then we have scene 7. In this scene, Claudius convinces Laertes that he is innocent in Polonius' death, and that the only thing he could do in order to sort of rebuke Hamlet or to punish Hamlet for Polonius' death was to send Hamlet into exile, as Hamlet is beloved by the people and much loved by his mother. Claudius then receives a letter that Hamlet has returned to Denmark, and so he sees this as an opportunity. He uses flattery and manipulation to convince Laertes to partake in a duel with Hamlet. So he uses his manipulative skills once again over here, and he's going to try and get Laertes sort of to fight his battle for him. Gertrude then enters, conveying the news that Ophelia has drowned, and this is sort of further adding to Laertes' upset and his grief, because Hamlet is not only responsible for killing his father, but also he contributed to Ophelia going mad. It's sort of unsure, it's left ambiguous in terms of whether Ophelia has drowned by accident or if this was purposeful, due to her madness and due to her grief. So that ambiguity is also important, and it adds to the grief that Laertes is feeling. I hope that you found that video helpful. As I said, it was just sort of going through those key points that you need to know. There's definitely more analysis and more interesting information, so definitely read up on that. I hope that you will like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.